Hello everybody. I'm going to give you guys a chance to get logged on and find us. I hope that you're having a good week so far. My day just got a whole lot better. My husband just made me a latte. Life is good. And messages are popping through on my Facebook, so forgive me if I freeze. Let's see. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to put the latte down and really find it. Let's see. Goodness gracious, I hope I'm live in the right place. Hi Vicky, hi Tracy, because it's not popping up for me. We'll share this over. Technology has been so funny today. I spent the day making videos for that quarterly class, and they're all done and uploaded finally. So I'm excited to be like getting a lot of stuff checked off my list. My club closed yesterday. We had the live Zoom chat last night. We do that every Monday from 7 to 9 o'clock-ish. And we had a lot of fun. So it was a plan to go through these blending brushes today because somebody last week asked. I'm going to move that out a week. And I'm also going to post a recorded video that my 16-year-old daughter Alexis created using blending brushes, and she created her first background with it. So right when I get off, I'll post her link. How about if I post it right in the comments above so that you can see it in the title, in the description of the video, so that you can really find it. But she did a fabulous card with blending brushes, and it posted to her Facebook group, her YouTube channel on Saturday. I raised a little crafter. She's been crafting with me since she was yay high, and I signed up to be a demonstrator when she was about 8 months old. And it has been quite a journey. I still remember my first incentive trip where she launched a glass of milk across the table at the executives and everybody. I'm like, do you have a cover for that milk? And they're like, no, ma'am, we don't have any covers, sorry. So they handed her a full milk, and she gave a milk bath to the entire table. So I'm like, well, we've arrived. Here we are. The things that happen over the years are so funny, but half the people at that table have their own kids, and she was too young to be in diapers yet. That's how long ago it was. And now she's making her own crafting videos. It's pretty crazy, isn't it? Funny story. Anyway, instead of doing blending brushes, because I'm going to leave that to Alexis this week, I'm still stuck on the stuff we were playing with last week. Last week, we made a gorgeous card using the art bundle. Here it is. The art gallery bundle. And since then, my brain has been swimming with the possibilities of the things that we can do with this stuff. When you first play with something, you don't always have, you're just kind of messing with it. But now I've got these really big ideas. So I thought to get started, I'm just going to flip the camera and we'll just get going because we got stuff to do. All right, so let me flip the camera. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Kay. Hi, Val. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me today and every week live on Tuesday, or if you're catching the replay, hello to you. I have some things swimming around in my head, and I'm like, and then we could use it with this, and then we could use it with that. So I just grabbed a whole bunch of stuff, and I figure you guys can, I can watch the comments, and you guys can keep me stamping as we go. Hang on, I gotta mute myself there. But I want to be able to monitor your comments over on my page. You can see my messy workstation. I have been filming videos for that quarterly event all day. And they are finally done. So that's going out in email. And UPS should be here any minute. So hopefully, I don't know if I'm going to get those packages out today or tomorrow, but they'll go within the next 24 hours. How's that? So I have an idea for this gilded leafing, and I'm gonna start at the end so we can mess up some cardstock and let it dry. So what I wanna do is pull in this adhesive mat, and I might actually need to grab a glass of water. I should have probably did that. But what I want to do is I want to get some, I want to make my own sticky background here. So this will stick to any adhesive, and this adhesive is a two-way adhesive, meaning if you put it on and you stick it down right away, it's permanent. But let's say you're making an envelope from scratch and you put it on the flap and then you let it dry clear before you do anything with it, then it's a temporary adhesive, which I think is pretty interesting. But for this gold leafing, it can stick to any adhesive, so I thought it might be kind of fun to, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna need some water in between here, so you'll have to forgive me or talk amongst yourselves when it comes time to do this. But I wanna mix some water into my adhesive and make it really mushy. And I'm doing this just so that I can get it to splatter, and it's not enough yet. So I'm getting it wet, 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 wet. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Nope, oh, yep, there it goes. All right, so we got a little bit on this one, a little pink, a little blue. This is the ombre paper from Celebration. All right, so as awesome as that looks, we need it to dry completely clear. So that will mean that it will be sticky. So right now, if I stick something to it, it's going to be permanent, which would be great for our gilded foil leaves or whatever. But yeah, so I need 2 seconds to run all the way to the kitchen and clean this up because I don't want to make a mess. The stud muffin took care of that, so thanks for bearing with me. I just didn't want the glue to dry in my paintbrush, so I'm gonna set these aside and put them on the other side of the room so I don't mess them up, and leave them to dry. So we started at the end, right? Okay, now I'm gonna put another piece of paper down, because the leafing stuff is kind of messy once you open the jar. So I was really thinking about, you guys watch those movies with the treasure hunters? I was thinking like the fancy world paper, and I'm going back to the main catalog for this. And I did a class actually with my friend Mary Jo using this designer paper. And this already has quite a bit of gold in it, but what if we took one of the patterns that doesn't have gold and maybe added some gold to it? So I'm gonna take a piece of this paper and cut it down to 5 by 3 3/4. Okay, so I'm gonna cut 2 pieces just to make it easy. During our travels here, we tend to make a card that would go with today's Casing Tuesday. I haven't done my Casing Tuesday yet, so maybe we'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. But I was thinking about ways to use this gilded leaf product. And the first thing I was thinking was it might be nice just to put a straight line on something. And so tear and tape is normally you tear it off, but I'm going to actually cut it. And I know you probably can't see. I'm going to go up over here. You just flip it over so that you can see where it ends easier and give it a quick trim. And it's just a double sticky tape, but it is super sticky. And a lot of people use it for making boxes or whatever. When they're putting stuff together, it's a little bit more tacky than your typical adhesive. So that's going to make a line here. Oh, do we want one line or two? Should we do a second one? Let's see. I'm temporarily not seeing the video or the comments. Hopefully I'm good. So give me a shout out if you can still see me. I'm going to cut another layer there while we're waiting. Oh, I like the back too. Maybe we should do one on the back. Let's see. Yeah, so this pattern would be pretty with the gold, wouldn't it? Oh, well, we'll use that for another technique, but we'll start with this one. Are you guys still seeing? I'm still fine. Okay, good. I'm not seeing your comments on my computer, so hopefully I'll get that back in a minute. Darn technology. That's okay. I'm still glad that you're here with me. Okay, so I peeled that back a little bit and it peeled the adhesive back a bit. All right, so now I'm going to open the jar. Don't sneeze, don't breathe, don't cough. Achoo! I'm going to grab a nice big piece of the leafing and I'm just going to start to put it on my fingers and get it on there. I like how it's got so much texture when you do lay it down. So it reminds me of that like old world treasure hunter gold, you know, that's why I wanted to pull out that old world paper. It's not called old world. Hang on. Let's get the name of it. It's called World of Good, specialty designer paper, and the number is 152491. Anyway. Oh my goodness, I just love it. And it's very staticky when you're putting it on. So like it kind of flies. So you just kind of, you know, I'm kind of putting it on chunky this time. And I read somewhere this week that people are using their brushes to kind of clean it up. So we can try that. So this is my tear and tape. And I just put 2 strips. And I'm using that brush to kind of get the excess off. Woo! It's really staticky. That's okay though. It's doing a nice job cleaning it up because I just want straight lines. Now you can see at the end where the adhesive, remember I told you when I peeled it, like the adhesive came back on itself? That's okay. It gives it a little character. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. And I know now you can put the excess right back in the jar, which is pretty awesome because, you know, as crafters, we're always trying to buy more. You don't need to buy more of this. You can use what you can. So I've seen people put this in bigger containers to make it easier to manage. But I don't know if you guys know, but I have a really small crafting studio. Like my house is small. I just flung a whole bunch at myself. I'm going to be sparkling till tomorrow. But my house is really small, so it's going to be easier for me to store it in the jar that it came in. I really don't want any bigger containers hanging around in my house, so I'm just going to keep funneling it back into this. And hopefully, oh my gosh, look at that. It's so cool. Hopefully I can contain it somewhatly. And if I can't, so what? I'll wear it. Maybe it's a good day. My daughter needs to go to the library. She has a school assignment and has to go to the library. I'm not excited about that, but I haven't been anywhere, so that's all right. I suppose we'll mask up and bring the flamethrower that throws sanitizer if anybody gets too close, you know. All right, so I'm going to put the cover on this for my own health and safety. And we'll move right on. Let's see. So I'm just giving that another polish. Oh my goodness. And it really is sticking great to that tear and tape. So that's the first kind of method, right? So the second method that I was thinking of is these things. Have you guys seen the adhesive sheets in action? These I use quite frequently, actually. I used them for retreat recently when I did a name plaque for everybody. It wasn't the last retreat, I think it was the one before. And we cut out everybody's name. Well, this made it super easy because I could put their name and then put the adhesive on the back. Well, instead of putting the adhesive on the back, I was thinking, what if we put the adhesive on the front? So I'm going to come back to this piece of paper and I'm going to pull out my trimmer, and I think I just want like a 1-inch strip at an angle potentially, but I don't know. I want a 1-inch strip that's 5 inches long. So I cut a piece off the paper cutter, and now there's less on my sheet, obviously. And it's got backing on both sides. So I'll figure out where the end is, but this was the one that's 5 inches. And I'm going to put it right on my designer paper here. Oh goodness, only when you're live. But this stuff is kind of hard. If I had my poker, it might be easier. Actually, I have a push pin here on the table. Let's see if that'll help. So you do have to have a little patience with the adhesive sheets. Although, if I peel off this piece, there's like little gaps. So the product comes with the gaps. So the part that I actually cut off the paper cutter, I'll leave that to fuss with it later. And so I'm not putting you guys to sleep. I'll set this down on my cardstock. And then now we just have to peel the stick up. So it's got, it's like a dimensional kind of, it's got sticky on the bottom and then sticky on the top. So it comes off the transfer sheet and then you peel the top off to expose the adhesive. Oh, that was way easier. Okay. So let's put a little bit more gold foil on this bugger. So this is the second type of adhesive that we're working with today. We did the tear and tape, which is just a skinny little line. And then we have the adhesive sheets that you can cut, like you could cut a whole section of it if you wanted to, depending on what you were cutting out. If you were working with that, that stamp set and wanted to cut out like a globe out of it, you totally could. Or the stand, you could make the stand that's this material. So cool. And you get that old treasure hunter globe thing. I'm just gonna open these up and separate them a little bit. And as I separate them, I will move down. Woo. So there's lots of layers. It's made, I guess, in sheets. And then they put them all together and they cut them. So when they go in the jar all kind of cut. So if you separate them as you go, your product will go a little further. Here we go. Don't sneeze. It's so funny. I do have a dust allergy, so I'm always sneezing. I don't know, it's not sticky down the end. Maybe my adhesive didn't go that far. It's all good. I'm just gonna cut out of this anyway. All right. So the second technique, I'm gonna bring in that brush, is the adhesive sheets. And if for some reason you don't get a sticky in one area, just keep going. You can layer up again. Wherever it's sticky, it'll grab onto it. So fun. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you enough about how much this, I've been dreaming about playing with this for like since last week and all the different ways we could use it. So, and the texture on this piece is crazy, and it's cool because it's a little bit bigger. I wish I could see your comments. I feel like I'm talking to myself. I sort of am, right? Let me see if I'm gonna try that link one more time. Oh, it's not fuzzy. Somebody said it looks fuzzy. It's not. It's like fly away, like baby bird fluff. You used to give a haircut, you get somebody with really thin hair. That's what it is. It's like really, really thin and fine, and it's baby bird fluff. It's my best description for you. I did see a comment. Yay! Okay, it does exist. We'll get some of it back in the jar. The rest of it can stay on the table, I guess. It's gonna do what it wants. See how it just flies away? I'll just keep it sort of contained. I'm not worried about it. And like I said, I've seen people put it in bigger containers, and if that is what you can do because your space allows for it, great. I live in a small place, so I keep my stuff as contained as possible. So this is like 2 layers right there. So I'm just kind of really brushing it with the blending brush to make sure. And any areas that are kind of not, there you go. Oh my God, that's so cool. All right. So what do you say we put some words on this? If you hear the big ruckus outside, there's my brother-in-law is taking out the trash. What a great guy. Tomorrow is trash day. So here is the art gallery dies, and I was thinking these letters would be awfully cool with a big streak going through the middle. So this says, just want to say. So what do you think if we take this and run it through the Big Shot? I could take you with me, I guess. Just don't get dizzy. Ready? Hi, Joanne. Good to see you, girlfriend. Okay, that's not the most flattering, look, but I wanted to bring you over so you could see the Big Shot. And is it working? Well, it's not a Big Shot. It's the Big Boss. What I'm calling the Big Boss. And so I'm at my Big Shot, my Big Boss station. It's gonna be a hard thing to not say Big Shot, I think. Anyway, I'm gonna put this through my die cutter and we'll see what we get. I need a cutting pad. I did a whole bunch of die cutting earlier. Some of it's still here. Look at all these hearts. I have bunches and bunches of leftover hearts for the big class that I'm cutting for. Okay. So it's coming off of the Big Boss, Little Boss. And then, so some of the words came out and some of them are still in the die, but I have this die brush. We used to sell the die brush and now we have them on the back of the Take Your Pick tool, but I have this one, so I'm just kind of using the one that I have. And it's kind of stuck in there a little. Maybe the adhesive is messing with it. So I'll get the Take Your Pick tool and flip it to this side. I always joke if I was ever on an airplane and I had this and somebody tried to get the plane, I would take care of it myself. Here we go. So I'm just poking the holes to get this to fall out, hopefully. And actually, this is a nice tool for that. It's not, doesn't seem to be like hurting the paper underneath or anything. Can see it coming. Here, see if I can get it that way. Oh my gosh, so fun. So there's the word just. I know it's backwards. I'll show you guys in a minute. So just want So we covered this with the, see, and I love the way it's just half of it. Oh. And to say popped right out. So the stuff that had the adhesive on it took a little bit of extra gusto to get it out of the die. But here, we can flip back. Whoop. 1 second. So I took you with me. I could have just gone and die cut it, but hey, Judy. Long time no see, girlfriend. Hope you're doing better. Let's see. Just want... Sorry that my camera seems to be moving to say, oh my God, is that not cool? All right, so now we got to decide, oh, I must have lost my dot, what we want to put it on, because there's a lot of color going on there, and I don't want it to get swallowed. So hang on, let's take a look. What about, I don't know. Let's look. Nope. I mean, it's pretty and all, but it's like an eye chart. Hang on. But this matches that gold paper in the main catalog perfectly. So maybe we need to put it on a solid color. What do you guys think? Crumb cake? Let me grab a couple of sheets. I'll grab, well, we could try it on the blue. Yeah, it's still a little bit lost in there. Okay. Talk to me. What do you guys think? Early espresso, crumb cake? We'll grab some scraps. Oh, look. I love when I find pre-cut stuff. Okay, so this is espresso. What is the blue color? That is Misty Moonlight. So we got just pops on this. Want, like, because at least you can see it to say. All right, so there's that. But you guys are saying you like blue, so maybe we'll go like with a navy. Let's try the navy. Just want to say, oh my gosh, how cool is that? Yowza. All right. It seems so plain though, but you know, if you look at the sketch from that I was following from Casing Tuesday, it looks kind of simple there. Maybe I'll cut that blue down to 3.5 by 2. And we'll see if the words fit. I'm actually gonna go 3.5 by 2.5 because it seems like it would be bigger. So what if we did like just want to say on that smaller, right? So now it'll pop. And then what about like in there? It's kind of cool. So this is 3.5 by 2.5. What do you think if we cut a piece of regular gold to go behind the blue? So like, let's do 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. I don't know if you heard me because I walked away. This is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4 to go behind the blue. So let's see what we come up with here. We can still keep playing, but it's nice to actually sit and make a card at some point. Too funny. And my hair is everywhere today. I'm gonna put it back. So up on the gold, and it's so pretty. Let's go this way, and we'll go like a little crooked. comments 12. Blue, blue, blue. The espresso and the blue. They are so pretty. I'm with you, Bonnie. I think I like this though because we can go off the panel. That's kind of cool the way it like looks a little old school. It makes me want to pull out those world dies and do something with that. Hang on. We like it has the tall stand for the globe and stuff. I thought I grabbed them before I started. We definitely took the sketch and changed it, but that's okay. That's what a sketch challenge is for. So when I was die cutting, you can see that the piece that was inside got stuck there on the outside, and I'm guessing that's because of the adhesive sheet that I put on the front. I mean, it's definitely not how the product is intended to be used, but frankly, that's just what I do, right? Somebody was mad at me last week because I heated the foil. It didn't hurt it, but I guess Shelley Gardner and Sarah Douglas presented this at Onstage, the foil stuff, and they didn't heat set it the second time. But that's what heat and stick is like. From the dawn of ages, we used to heat it twice to apply glitter to stuff, so I just used it that way. Imagine there'd be more than one way to use something. So funny how people get very invested over something so small. Just want to say, oh, this is coming out kind of good. What do we want to say? I don't know what I want to say yet. That's funny. I just want to say I have no idea what's next. We have this. Good luck, sorry. Thinking of you, congratulations. I miss you. I keep making I miss you cards because I miss everybody. I just want to say, good luck, thank you, best wishes. Wow, there's a lot of cool stuff in there. Like, you could pretty much say anything you want. Let me see if I have... I swear I pulled those dies out when I was getting ready, but now who knows what I did with them. Isn't that the way? Wild Rose. I did. I pulled them out. God only knows what I did with them. So special. Oh well. All right. I'm going to clean up the table just a little bit because maybe it's underneath the pile of stuff I have. Silly goose. I don't know. All right. Well, then we can pull out these because I have, whenever I cut for a class and I have leftovers, I make a little bundle of die cuts. And this is just easy for me to have a piece ready to go when I'm ready or when I need something. And so I have all kinds of pieces in here. I think this one is pretty. And Happy Birthday would be good if it fit, but I think it's a little too big for that. This Happy Birthday is kind of girly. I wanted like a masculine, but I'm thinking of you as too long. Happy birthday. Might be the one. Congratulations. Let's see, does congratulations fit? It's a tiny bit long. Looks like one for graduation. So good luck. You are lovely. I miss you as like best wishes. Not so much. Happy birthday seems to fit like perfect. What color should we use? Espresso or, well, I got Misty Moonlight here on the table, so ding, 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 winner. Winner, winner, Misty Moonlight. I was using it from my class earlier. That's funny. It's still here. Okay. It is. It's a cool masculine card. And like I said, I still want to go back to that, the suite that goes with this designer paper, and maybe cut out like one of the globes. Oh my goodness, how cool is that? All right, let's see if we can find some base colors. So that's vanilla. We just stamped on white. Going back to the pre-cut section, so I have this. Vanilla doesn't really fit because we stamped on white, and the green is not so much. But what about, interesting, I don't know. I'm gonna try again. I don't dislike the crumb cake. I think it would need another night in navy layer if I did that. Here's plain white. But no, it's too white. It definitely needs a navy layer, I agree. All right, so let me cut the navy layer and then we can talk about the layer to go underneath. After these lives that I do these on the flies, you should see my studio. Like, I legit pull everything out. Okay, so we have this. And when I was walking by, oh, that's pretty. Okay, so when I was walking by, this ribbon poked me in the eye, so that sort of matches. And then, what are you guys saying? Oh, Sahara sand. That is a sensible choice. Hang on. I will need to cut one, but let's take a peek at that. I like the Sahara sand idea. So what do you guys think if I don't know. Let's see. Night of navy with cream inside. Yeah, but we did bright white. So this is like this is basic white, the new basic white. Navy. Good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck, graduation. Still not there. You're right, maybe I need to I do love the navy. Me too. Maybe, oh, I have an idea. We'll keep it in the same family. How about Misty Moonlight? I just need to cut one. Give me one. Ooh, just give me 1 second. Sorry about that. That's funny. I told you, I'm wrecking the place. So you're right. I think Bonnie's right that the navy is so pretty, and that the basic white kind of like, ready, check it out. The basic white is a bit much, like here. So I want you to look at it with a dark background, right? But what if we did this? Well, I don't know. The white's not bad. All right. So now you guys vote. Do you want Misty Moonlight or basic white? I'll just wait for you guys to come through with that. I think the Misty Moonlight is so pretty. And it definitely brings home the masculine thing. And actually, I love where the banner just landed. Did you see that? It's like, put me here. And if this card were for a guy, like if I were giving this to my husband and I put ribbon on it, he would say, what the heck is that for? And I would say, what if you need to MacGyver something and tie it to the truck? Misty Moonlight, white. I got 3 Misty Moonlights to 1 white. I'm still waiting. So I'll show it back both ways. And in the meantime, I'm gonna stick that banner down because hello, that's in an awesome spot. So that's what it looks like again on white. It's a little crooked because I haven't stuck it. Misty Moonlight, white. Okay. Well, while you guys talk about that, I think I'm gonna grab, because I lost my eye in just, that's funny. The other day, Alexis was saying that the Catholic schools, oh, it's like I didn't put enough glue or something. That was weird. Well, it takes a minute to set up because it's a liquid. So she was saying that she has a lot of days off in April. So she goes to Catholic school, and I was like, well, you know, Brian's like, the Catholics do love the month of April. There's a lot going on, you know, there's, you know, Easter and all of that. And so she's like, but they should call it, oh yeah, no, Brian said the Catholics do like days off in April, and I'm like, it is right and just. So I'm gonna go grab a dot for that just. And if you're Catholic, you're laughing. And if not, you have to understand that's what we say like 100 times a day when we actually are at church. The one to the left. What color is crumb cake? Yep, that's right. This is crumb cake, and this is Misty Moonlight. So I was thinking that the Gilded gems from the main catalog would look awesome as the period, but now I'm thinking that the little one's too small, so I'm going to use the big one. Or this is a medium, actually. So I'm going to put the J. It is right and just. I got my embellishment on there. Yay! It's the little things. Oh my gosh, where's my adhesive? So funny. All right, I am going to go back and look and see what you guys decided that the base should be. So, Misty Moonlight, white, Misty Moonlight. All right, Misty Moonlight wins because you guys voted. My dad would say, Allah has spoken. So it wasn't, in my house as a kid, it was not a democracy. It was whatever he said. So he was Allah in our house. Funny. I have to say, for a guy birthday card, this is fantastic. And it's got all of that old world style. And I hope that you can see the detail on that foil and how it sits. So we used it a couple of different ways here. We did the tear and tape, and then we did the adhesive sheets, and we ran them through the Big Shot. So I have one other idea for this gilded foil stuff, and I hope that there's enough room on my table to keep going. But in the beginning of the video, we mixed some liquid glue, the multi-purpose adhesive, with water, and used a paintbrush, and we flung it at the paper. So I don't know if you can see the little bits of sticky. So now that it's nice and clear and dry, oh look, a piece of leafing. We can take the leafing and attach it to the sticky part. So this is like Just stuff I flung on there. Nothing fancy. The other thing I was thinking that would be kind of cool, and if we didn't, let's say that the gilded thing didn't work out. Oh, I have another idea. Ready? I just have to pull it off. You could take a glue dot, stick it directly to the project, and now I'm going to make the J and just out of the glue dot. So like there's like a whole bunch of different ways, but think if you like, we used to have a rug in the living room, and one day one of these opened and a whole bunch of them stuck to the rug, and for a while I had like 3 or 4 black dots all in a row on my living room rug, and I couldn't figure out what it was, and it was these glue dots. Well, you could use it with the gilded leafing and make you know, dots on a card, or but we'll here, let's brush off the excess. And see, there's a little piece hanging on. That's just sticking to the other part of the leafing, so you can just brush it off. Sorry if I'm outside the frame for a second. I'm just trying to get in there. So that's another way to use it. So that's with the glue dot. I mean, you could just go wild. Anything that you can use to stick with, you can use this. So it doesn't have to be the heat and stick that we showed last week. And this is kind of cool because it doesn't require any heat setting. It's just on there, and I am just using the flicks of glue we did earlier. Okay. So check it out. So just splatter. It's like messy and imperfect, just like me. Here we go. And I don't know, there's something about it that's extremely satisfying. I'm laughing and the stuff's blowing around the table. It's just like, oh. Okay, I'm gonna funnel some of that back in. My hair. I don't know if you can see that. It is like baby bird fluff trying to get it back into the jar. So like if you have a bigger craft space and you have a space to make a bigger jar for it, it might be useful to you to have one. But like I said, I have a small space and I'm storing it in that. Okay, so what would you do with a background to splatter? Well, what I had in mind was an ice cream card. So hang on one second, and I am going to cut this down. Ooh, a starry night. I like that. So what I did was I cut it in half at 3, and then I cut it at 4 to get that going. And here's my little ice cream punch, and I need to kind of cut in to get into those drips. So I did kind of good though. I don't think that I flung any glue on the table, so that was kind of a personal triumph. So cute. Hey, Jerry. Good to see you, my friend. You guys are the best. Okay, so here we go. More daubs, more splatters. Do we want to keep going with this color, or do we want to like, we could do two that are this color and then take a piece of this splatter. Totally. And put it in the middle. I'm in so far. That's pretty awesome. And then, let's see. Okay, I got a crumb cake scrap going right here. And we can come in and give that a punch. I love this punch. It is so versatile. I made some teddy bear cards with this guy. I can show you how to make the teddy bear. Let's see. Let me see if I can find him. Oh, he is. I had him out last night and I must have misplaced him. I'll have to do that another week. But I did. I made a teddy bear. He's cute. Okay, so let's pull out those stamps. So this is the ice cream set. And hash mark. So we can do tone on tone for this and make so cool. All right, so I'm going to pull those away, but that's how I cut it down. I just cut it in half. So you could essentially get two out of them, but I was busy having fun. And I'm on with the birthdays today, huh? So the thing I like about the ombre paper is it's essentially 12 sheets in two colors. So you get 12 sheets that are like this. So you could use all pink or all blue, or you could mix and match if you needed to make baby boy and baby girl cards. And then the same thing with the green and the purple. So it makes it super versatile. So I'm thinking where we did these two colors, maybe we'll cut a base with this out of it and we'll use the pink. So here we go. And it really could use a break from my eye. When in doubt, add a layer. Interesting, because I was going to do this on a crumb cake base, and now I'm leaning towards the white. Will I have room for my happy birthday? No. Okay, that's all right. We can still fix that. Okay, so let's start sticking some layers down. But this is fantastic. And look at it's like really on there. So it's almost like I heat embossed it, but heat embossing is really kind of fluid. This is more crunchy. That's the way I can describe it. It's fun. Just loving it. Okay. So we can put this up here. 3 sides equal at the top on that. Okay, so now happy birthday. I'm gonna have to put this on an angle so it fits on my stamp, but that'll be all right. I'm gonna go this way so I can stamp it and cut this piece down to 4 1/4. But I am gonna stamp it towards the bottom. That stamp's gonna need some ink soon. All right, and then I really wanna see some color just on the outside of this to make like another little bit of dimension, so I just stuck it right in the ink pen. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this down and I'm gonna cut it to 4 1/4 inches wide. So when we layer it on a base layer, it'll connect to the outside. And while I'm over there, I'm also gonna cut a bit of white to make some more eye candy. So I'll be right back. I think it really needed the white to balance. So I just added a thin little layer back there. It really makes it pop up, doesn't it? And it almost looks crooked, but I think it's just the way that the bubbles are on the designer paper. Okay. This is so cool. Love this. Okay. I'm tempted to put this up on dimensionals, but for the sake of time, I think I'm gonna just leave it. But you know, it's interesting because I'm looking at this ribbon on the table and thinking, hey, we didn't use that. So let's make a Z. Have you guys ever done this? You just go back and forth to make your Z. And you let the ribbon hang over and don't worry about it too much, like you make your loops. And we'll give it a trim. And I'll put a little more adhesive. And then, kind of looks dumb, does it? You tell me, do you like the ribbon? I can't decide. You tell me if you like the ribbon or not. I'm gonna put this down first. We'll go from edge to edge here. And let me just make sure I put it on right. That would be just my luck. I would have a card that opened backwards. Oh yeah, the ribbon works. Okay, so we'll leave it. That's cool. And stick it down and let that stuff hang over. How fun. Let it unravel a little bit. I like that it does that foo-foo thing. And then it's like we could have one ice cream like falling off. So funny. That would be my ice cream. Okay. She dropped her ice cream. You know it. I heard you. And then the, whoops, it needs launch marks though, like, or spring. I did that last year. I don't know if it was last year or the year before. We had a bunny class and I put them up on springs. So fun. Okay, so this is adorable, but I think it needs one more thing. I remember adhesive backed hearts, but of course I can't find them. Darn. That's how it is. Okay. I guess I'll go to the butter box. You guys know the butter box all too well, right? This is where all of my adhesives go to dye. We could put a red glimmer dot on it, I guess. Or I love these wonderful gems, and the fact that they have, let's use those. The fact that they have the gold in them, can you see it? It's like so fun, and it would match. I was just hoping to put a heart on it because Valentine's Day is coming, you know. But that's just me. I want to celebrate every holiday today, right now. So there's the actual cherry, but it doesn't look like a cherry just yet. So maybe we should grab a pen and fix that. You ever notice that cherries, like a maraschino, that's not a big enough cherry. I have issues, don't I? You ever notice that maraschino cherries stems, they soak them in so much sugar that the stem itself is also red? Yeah, I can do that, Mary. So let's make a stem. Whoa. Good stuff. Now our cherry has a stem. Okay, so Mary asked if I could go through the layers and all the measurements. So the easiest way to do that for me, because I'm a visual person, is how about if I grab a Sharpie and we write it down. So the base is your typical card base. It's 8.5 by 5.5. And it's scored at 4 1/4, okay? And then folded in half. I always score my cardstock. If you get a packet in the mail from me with a card class that I've prepped, it's always scored and folded for you because I'm anal. Okay, and then the white is basic white, and it's 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. I know that's a weird measurement, but it's 1/8 of an inch bigger than my ombre DSP, which is 5 by 3 3/4. Then the basic white again is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Then the ombre DSP in blue is 4 by 3. Then this is about, it's definitely 4 1/4, but it's about an inch. It might be 1 1/8. I just kind of lined it up on the paper cutter and cut it so that the happy birthday would fit. And then these are all punched shapes. So that's for that one. And guess what? These measurements are pretty close to the same thing. So for this card, it's, this one is the same. The first 3 layers are the same. And then this is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4, so the gold. Wow, 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. It's like having somebody hold the back of your pencil. This girl Jill did that when I was in kindergarten, and I still remember. I must have been scarred or something. That's the navy layer. And then we cut this out of the designer paper with the technique, right? And then we did the same technique again with the glue dot and the tear and tape. Wow, it's like Technique City today. And then the die cut. So those are all the measurements. All right, guys. Wow. I was going to say, like, I could flip the camera and see if you had any questions. But Mary, thanks for the question. I'm going to like your comment here. Thanks for the question to do the So this goes for this one, and this goes for that one. And let me grab the stand so I can say hello. I didn't get to see some of you on, it was quiet on Monday night. Normally we have like at least 8 to 10 people, and last night I think there were only like 6 or 7 of us, but what do you think? So we get this one, and this one has the glue dot to do one, and that's where all the extra fuzz is coming from. I'll have to really clean this up a little bit before I post it anywhere, because the second flake is still needing some brushing. And then we did tear and tape and the adhesive sheets and glue dots with foil. And then before we even started, we mixed multi-purpose liquid glue in a container with some water, and then we flung it on paper so that we could have dots. More foil techniques. So this is just adhesive dots that we made, but you could get a perfect dot with glue dots if you didn't want to fling it. So there's 2 ways to make dots. So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4 ways this week. Last week we did heat and stick. So yeah, no, pretty awesome. So thanks for joining me. And we'll see you next week. And like I said, I'm going to post a link to both pages, the group and the business page next week of Alexis's class on blending brushes. Alexis did a whole background on it, and I think that you guys will really enjoy it. I can't wait to watch it. I love her card. So, all right, we'll see you guys later.